Hello, my name is Lizi Nurul. I am from class 3A. My student ID or name is 222 321 and 1. And now I would like to talk about fake news and our today's social media. So, what is fake news? And the rise of fake news. So, fake news is a false information that has been purposefully fabricated to misinform or deceive readers. And these stories are typically produced to either sway people's opinion, advance a political agenda, or create a confusion. And they can frequently bring in money for online publishers. False information can fool people by appearing on reputable websites or by using names and web addresses that are similar to those of reputable news organizations. And then the rise of the fake news. Nowadays, a lot of people get their news from social media networks and websites, and it can be frequently challenging to determine whether a story is credible or not. And an increase in fake news, or we call it as hoax, or Indonesian people call it as hoak, can also attribute it to information overload and a general lack of understanding by people or by the readers of how the internet functions. These kinds of stories can reach a wider audience that in a large part to social media platforms. And then moving on, we're going to talk about the danger of fake news. So, the risk or the danger of fake news, in another word, misinformations, are clear. We all know that. For instance, disclosing a person's home address could put them in danger. And this misinformation or disinformation pose more subtly generous risk. And by the way, I just read a thread on Twitter app that made by a girl named Anggita Trisna Putri. She uploaded that her identity card, or known as KTP, Kartu Tanda Penduduk, is being abused by people in in Indonesia that she doesn't know who's that people, why this has happened. So the chronology, I will read it to you. The chronology is because her friends are uploaded her KTP to Pinterest. So basically, Pinterest is a social media that has to be seen to public. And with that mistake, she got the problem. A lot of people use her KTP for many fraud. And moving into next material. So the purpose of fake news is actually to alter people's perceptions, right? Or attitudes or beliefs in order to influence behavior. If you pass your beliefs and decisions on fake news, then someone else does. Additionally, spreading false information may have legal repercussions in some regions of the world. Disinformation and false information can also raise issues with the cybersecurity. Hackers trying to steal your information, maybe, and use fake news articles to enter points. And then next is the type of fake news. I wrote in here, wait, okay, I wrote one, two, three, four, five types of fake news. So the first is clickbait. Clickbait is sensational headlines that purpose to gain attention from the reader for them to click the news, and then they will get like uh, a lot of traffics. And then the second one is propaganda. Propaganda is a story to mislead audiences, and then promote bias is to mislead the reader's point of view. And then parody, or known as satire, is the use of fake news for parody to get more attention. And then the manipulated content is the use of unreal or false information. And the last is false information. It is made from the authors and again to gain attention. We're going ahead to how avoid the fake news after we know how dangerous it is. So we need to know how to avoid the fake news. Okay. To avoid fake news, I reported or quoted from One Thickness. One Thickness is our National Information and Communication Technology Council. There are several ways to avoid fake news. The first is pay attention to the title of the information. If it sounds provocative, it is better for us to avoid it. And second, see the news source, whether it comes from an official site or a site that has high credibility. And then also check the content of photos or the videos. Often, the content of the photos or videos displayed is different from the original incident. And how to avoid this? You may check it through the Google features named Image Google, and a website is www.image.google.com. And then the next step is we are need to be aware of the forward message from. When we receive a message in the form of forwarded message, we will know exactly where those messages come from. So it is better to ignore it. And this is often happens in WhatsApp or any other chatting application, but mostly in WhatsApp from what I know. And I am actually personally often annoyed with my parents who are so easily trust the forwarded messages from their group on WhatsApp. Usually, the spreaders or the creators um, of the fake news is affix the writing is someone who has a high position like gubernur or kepala desa, and then logically person with a respectable or the or having a high position would not transmit such information, right? Even through WhatsApp also has a document sharing feature. Isn't it that certain institutions usually send information by mail? It's strange. It really is strange, and that just a small logic that actually can be applied to a lot of people, especially my parents. Dear my parents, if you see this, please pay attention to the forward messages that you receive and read. And that to sum up, in my opinion, the rampant spread once again, the rampant spread of fake news on social media is very difficult to prevent. Many people with a specific purpose deliberately spread fake news for their benefit, for their own advantages. And we, as the user of social media, and as a person who just know how danger it is, how danger the fake news, we should be able to filter all the news that will be consumed by us first and foremost. And by using the tips previously described and clarifying the facts to others. That's all from me. I hope this information can be useful. Bye and see ya.